Now, the Club World Cup, of course, sees some of the clubs taking it very seriously, including Real Madrid. However, they're going to be without some big stars. We knew that we learned that Endrick today will be out because of a hamstring injury. Militao, of course, still recovering. Mendy and Camavinga from their respective surgeries. We learned that another player will be having surgery as well. But after the Club World Cup, Jude Bellingham will go to the States, will compete with Real Madrid before he has the surgery that will keep him out for 3 months. I wonder what you make of this, Craig.
Same as everybody else, I think. Real Madrid are using this tournament, as they always do, to say, hey, if they win it, which there's a big doubt because we've watched them all season, to say, hey, look what we have, Club World Cup.
Yep.
What an absolute pile of garbage. An overinflated, unnecessary competition at the end of a season that, quite frankly, the South American teams are interested in it, and that's their prerogative, in Real Madrid. But this is absolutely bonkers, because when you're a player and you need an operation, you have it as soon as possible. Unless you're playing a Champions League final or something and you can get through in a week or two, you have your operation, because the most important thing for you as a player in Real Madrid as a football club is not the Club World Cup, it's match day 1 of the La Liga season, where they're going to try and regain some of their gravitas and some of their class, because they lost it all last year. They were hopeless on the field. They were an embarrassment off the field. They complained about everything. And what you need is your big stars fighting fit and ready to go in match day 1, not waiting for some crappy competition and then having the surgery. By that time it'll be sort of mid-July. So mid-July, yeah. August, September. He could be looking at October before he's back. That's two to 2.5 months into a season. That's unacceptable. Real Madrid will argue, though, look, the winners of this tournament get $125 million. We can use that money to reinvest in this squad and make this team even better. What do you buy for $125 million nowadays? Oh, you get a bit, don't you? You'll get Rasmus Højlund and somebody else from Man United. No, not the Manchester United rates. All right.
To be honest, when I heard this, first of all, I thought, how stupid.
Right.
But then I thought, we were talking about, because it'll be a surprise if it's not Xavi Alonso, right? Let's just be honest. And we were talking about, is Xavi Alonso going to be able to say, right, Mbappe, you can sit today, because I don't like your attitude, so you can sit. And we're going, well, is he going to be allowed to do that? Is the big guy upstairs going to be going, hey, hold on a second, he's playing? Yeah. You've got to think that Xavi Alonso has been speaking to Real Madrid and going, hold on a second. The most important thing for us is to win La Liga next season. So we need... Whoa, Stevie. The way you started that sentence is the problem. You think Xavi Alonso's walking into Real Madrid and telling them what they should do? No, but they're telling him exactly what he should do. Well, he's got no chance then, because if Mbappe comes up with the same attitude and Vinny comes up with the same attitude and the same nonsense, then how are they going to get better? If you're Xavi Alonso, what are you going to say? All right, I'll leave. I don't want the job. Well, you just do it. All I'm saying is, one of the biggest problems he's going to have is he going to be able to, is he going to have a say on who's playing and what's on the field? No. And it seems like straight off the bat, hasn't even got in the building yet, and the answer is you're going to do as you're told. Yeah. So listen, as I said, if Vinny and Mbappe have the same attitude, you don't have Bellingham at the start of the season, what chance has he got? Frank, we of course heard from you on this yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday we had that debate also, but the fact that because I was with you and I say that's stupid to put Bellingham for the Club World Cup and not for the beginning of the La Liga and the Champions League. But Xhaka and Mark Ogden were with us, and they were saying that it doesn't really matter if he misses like 3 months in the beginning of the La Liga, because after the 3 months, Real Madrid will be first or second. Or third, maybe, but they will be in the race. And in the Champions League, they're going to be in a group phase. I don't know how it's going to be treated next season, like this season. So they're going to be there. They're going to be qualified. So they say it doesn't really matter. So therefore, they make their choices, which I kind of agree with them. Does it really matter to have Jude Bellingham in August, September, and October, where you know in November that you're still going to be in the race?
Well, if they'd started this season better, they might have a chance of winning La Liga, right? Barcelona were how many points ahead? 9,
Yeah,
10?
but then at Christmas, Real Madrid would.
But then it depends how you want to look at
Yeah.
it. You're making a face as if well, yeah, but. Well, the truth is, had they not been so bad,
I am making a
and,
face.
and that 9-point gap was 1 point,
Right.
then they actually might, as bad as they were, they might end up winning it.
I don't know how you can. I really don't know how you can say it doesn't matter.
I mean,
That's a bit like saying, and obviously he had a poor season by his standards, along with a bunch of others. But I think back to the year before. Is that like saying that tremendous start to his Real Madrid career, with all those goals on a weekly basis, match winners, two goals at the Montjuic that won the first Clásico of the season last year? Is that like saying that doesn't matter?
Yeah.
I mean, what if they're having a similar season to this season and they're 8 or 9 points off? What if Barcelona are able to tweak their finances, sign a couple of defenders or a midfield, whatever it is, and they come out the traps like what Liverpool did in the Premier League, and everybody was left in their wake? You can't just say, we have this superstar who didn't have a very good season along with the rest. We're going to play him in the Club World Cup because the first couple of months of the season...
Yeah, but don't worry, if they're not first, they'll be second.
It doesn't really matter. That's not how it works.
It's how we're promoting La Liga for the start of next season.
What?
Don't worry about the first couple of months. Only tune in towards the end.
Join us in November when it really matters.
When it really matters.